demands our attention.
This discussion forces us to confront the legacies of racial violence and economic disenfranchisement.
Yeah.
Not just in Tulsa, but throughout America.
What's striking is how Johnson connects the past and present,
Right.
showing how the issues that led to the destruction of Black Wall Street still resonate today.
Yeah.
The themes of racial prejudice, economic inequality, and the struggle.
Welcome to Witter. Who Has Time to Read? The podcast that brings deep dives for busy minds. Listen to AI hosts Jane and Dane and get ready to unpack the world's most captivating books in just a fraction of the time. Whether commuting, working out, or just squeezing in a quick break, we deliver key insights, thought-provoking themes, and takeaways you can carry into your day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave a comment. Plus, use our links in the description to purchase this book. Your support helps us bring more engaging book discussions to you. Listen and follow us wherever you get your podcasts. Who has time to read? You do, with Witter.
Welcome back to Witter, your go-to for those deep dives, especially if you're a busy mind.
That's us.
This month, we're celebrating Black voices as part of our Black History Month series.
Absolutely.
And today, we're taking you to Tulsa, Oklahoma to explore a story of resilience, tragedy, and the enduring spirit of a community.
A powerful story.
For sure.
We're diving into Black Wall Street.
Okay.
From Riot to Renaissance in Tulsa's historic Greenwood district by Hannibal B. Johnson.
Wow. So imagine a thriving Black community in the early 1900s.
Okay.
A place dubbed Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
This book really uncovers the Greenwood district's journey from its peak to its devastating destruction and the community's just unwavering efforts to rebuild.
It's a story that a lot of people may not know, but one that holds crucial lessons about Black entrepreneurship, the impact of racial violence, and just that long shadow of history. It's heavy.
Absolutely. So let's start with Greenwood in its prime.
Okay.
Sounds
good.
Imagine stepping onto the streets of Greenwood between the 1920s and 1950s.
All right.
It's a bustling center of Black-owned businesses. You've got the luxurious Stratford Hotel, the vibrant Dreamland Theater, restaurants serving up delicious meals,
Right.
and offices of Black doctors and lawyers.
Wow.
Like just everything.
A real hub.
Yeah.
It was a testament to Black excellence and self-sufficiency, and it was born out of the necessity of segregation. Johnson calls it an economic detour,
Right.
a custom that unintentionally fueled Greenwood's prosperity by keeping Black dollars circulating within the community.
Right. So figures like O.W. Gurley,
Yes.
considered the founder of Greenwood,
Yeah.
and J.B. Stratford, the owner of that Grand Stratford Hotel, were visionaries who helped build this thriving hub.
For sure.
Yeah.
And it wasn't just about businesses. Greenwood had its own schools, churches.
And a strong sense of community.
Yeah.
It was a place where Black people could thrive despite the limitations imposed by the Jim Crow South.
Right, absolutely. But it's crucial to remember that Greenwood wasn't a utopia.
Yeah.
It existed within a hostile environment.
Right.
A fact that becomes tragically clear when we look at the Tulsa Race Riot of 1921.
Yes. This event, fueled by racial tensions and unfounded accusations, was a brutal turning point in Greenwood's story.
Yeah.
So in 1921, nationwide racial tensions were high,
Right.
with lynchings occurring across the country.
Yeah. Against this backdrop, a young Black shoeshiner named Dick Rowland was falsely accused of assaulting a white elevator operator, Sarah Page.
Yeah. And the rumors and sensationalized newspaper reports
Right.
further inflamed the situation.
Yeah.
And despite the lack of evidence, an angry white mob descended upon Greenwood.
Right.
Yeah.
What followed was a horrific display of violence.
Yes.
Homes and businesses were burned, residents were attacked.
And Johnson describes this chilling detail of airplanes being used to drop explosives on Greenwood.
Yeah.
Wow.
A calculated act of destruction that left Greenwood in ruins.
Right.
Thousands were left homeless, countless businesses were just wiped out, and many lost their lives.
Right.
And the Red Cross played a vital role in providing aid to the survivors.
Yeah.
Many of whom were forced into internment camps.
Wow. What makes this tragedy even more unbearable is that no one was ever held accountable for the destruction of Greenwood.
Yeah, imagine the injustice, the pain, and the anger felt by the community.
Absolutely.
Just unbelievable.
And yet, in the face of unimaginable loss, the spirit of Greenwood endured.
Absolutely.
It's remarkable how, instead of succumbing to despair, the community chose resilience.
Right. It's incredible.
Immediately following the riot, Black lawyers like B.C. Franklin, John Hope Franklin's father, challenged discriminatory ordinances that aimed to prevent them from rebuilding.
Wow. Yeah, and they did, drawing on their strength and determination to create a new Greenwood from the ashes of the old.
Wow.
You know, it's a stirring example of what a community can accomplish when it unites in the face of adversity.
Absolutely, yeah.
For sure.
This spirit of resilience continued. But Greenwood would face further challenges in the decades that followed.
Yeah.
The passing of its pioneering founders,
the
impact of World War II, and the gradual shift towards integration all contributed to its decline.
Yeah, it's ironic, isn't it?
Yeah.
Integration, while a victory for civil rights, also brought unintended consequences for Greenwood. As Black residents gained the freedom to live and work in other parts of Tulsa, the flow of Black dollars that had sustained Black Wall Street began to dissipate.
Yeah, Johnson refers to this as the cultural detour, mirroring the economic detour that first gave rise to Black Wall Street.
Right.
He uses the evolution of jazz in Oklahoma as an example.
Okay, yeah. It's a fascinating parallel. Just as segregation inadvertently fostered economic prosperity in Greenwood, it also played a role in shaping the vibrant jazz scene in Oklahoma.
Like, think of influential figures like Charlie Christian, who revolutionized jazz guitar, and Ernie Fields, whose big band even had a top 40 hit.
Wow.
These artists emerged from a segregated environment that, while limiting in many ways, also nurtured unique cultural expressions.
Absolutely. And just as integration led to a decline in Black-owned businesses, it also impacted the jazz scene as Black musicians gained access to wider audiences and venues.
For sure.
So,
yeah, it's a reminder that progress often comes with complicated and sometimes unforeseen consequences.
Absolutely.
Now, for decades, the story of the Tulsa Race Riot was shrouded in silence. It was a hidden wound, a painful chapter that many tried to forget.
Yeah, but thankfully, efforts to reclaim and understand this lost history gained momentum. The work of the Tulsa Race Riot Commission was instrumental in uncovering and documenting the truth, giving a voice to the victims and survivors.
And organizations like the Greenwood Cultural Center became vital repositories of Black history.
Absolutely.
Ensuring that this story wouldn't be forgotten.
Yeah.
They serve as powerful reminders of the community's enduring spirit.
Yeah. The Greenwood Cultural Center is home to a collection of harrowing survivor accounts.
Wow.
Imagine hearing the story of a woman who hid in her bathtub during the riot.
Oh, wow.
Only to be asked to give it up to an older woman seeking safety.
Gosh.
You know, these personal testimonies bring the history to life in a way that statistics never could, forcing us to confront the human cost of the Tulsa Race Riot.
Absolutely. And then there's the 1921 Black Wall Street Memorial outside the Greenwood Cultural Center. It's a solemn tribute to the individuals and businesses lost in the riot. With an inscription from a survivor's poem, pleading for help for Greenwood.
It serves as a reminder of the need for ongoing dialogue and action to address the lasting effects of racial injustice. And it brings us to the current debate surrounding reparations for the victims of the riot, a complex issue that demands our attention.
This discussion forces us to confront the legacies of racial violence and economic disenfranchisement. Not just in Tulsa, but throughout America.
What's striking is how Johnson connects the past and present, showing how the issues that led to the destruction of Black Wall Street still resonate today. The themes of racial prejudice, economic inequality, and the struggle for justice are as relevant now as they were a century ago.
So what can we learn from this story? What does it mean for us today?
I think the story of Black Wall Street is both heartbreaking and inspiring, you know. It reminds us of the deep-seated racism that has plagued this country, but it also reveals the incredible strength and resilience of the Black community. Exactly. And as we reflect on this history during Black History Month, it's crucial to think about how we can apply these lessons to our present.
Learning about Black Wall Street shouldn't be a one-time thing.
Right.
It's an invitation to continue exploring Black history and the Black experience in America.
Think of it as a starting point.
Yeah.
Hannibal Johnson's book is a fantastic resource.
Right.
But there are countless other books, documentaries, and online resources waiting to be discovered.
And we'd be remiss not to mention the Greenwood Cultural Center again.
Right?
It's not just a place to learn about the past.
Yeah.
It's a vibrant center where the legacy of Black Wall Street lives on.
If you're ever in Tulsa, it's a must visit.
Yeah.
You can experience the exhibits, participate in programs, and connect with the community that continues to honor the spirit of Greenwood.
Absolutely. And remember that cultural detour we discussed.
Yes.
The Oklahoma Jazz Hall of Fame is another fantastic place to explore the rich cultural heritage of Black Oklahomans.
But learning is just the first step.
Right.
We need to take action to ensure that the lessons of Black Wall Street aren't forgotten and that we work towards a more just and equitable society.
One way to do that is by supporting Black-owned businesses.
Yes.
Think about where you spend your money.
Mm-hmm.
Are there Black-owned businesses in your community that you could support?
Absolutely. And it doesn't have to be a grand gesture.
Right.
Even small changes in our spending habits can have a significant impact over time.
And it's not just about transactions.
Right.
It's about building relationships, showing solidarity, and investing in the success of Black entrepreneurs.
Another crucial action is to engage in conversations about race and racism, even when they're uncomfortable.
Yeah.
We can't shy away from these discussions if we want to create meaningful change.
Right. Talk to your friends, family, and colleagues about what you've learned about Black Wall Street. Challenge racist jokes and stereotypes. Be an ally and use your platform to amplify Black voices.
And remember that dismantling systemic racism is an ongoing process. It's not about checking a box.
Right.
It's about being consistently engaged, informed, and challenging ourselves and those around us to do better.
We've talked a lot about Black Wall Street.
Yeah.
But there are countless other stories of Black resilience, innovation, and creativity throughout American history.
So here's a challenge for our listeners.
Okay.
Seek out those stories.
Yeah.
Read books by Black authors. Watch films by Black directors.
Right.
Listen to music by Black artists.
Absolutely.
Make a conscious effort to expand your understanding of the Black experience in America. It's enriching, enlightening, and essential for creating a more inclusive society.
For sure.
And as we wrap up this deep dive, remember that history isn't just something we learn about. We're all part of creating it through our choices and actions.
We hope this episode has inspired you to learn more, to reflect, and to take action. We'll leave you with a few final questions to ponder. What can you do to honor the legacy of Black Wall Street in your own life? How can you be a better ally to the Black community?
And what steps can you take to ensure that Black voices are heard, respected, and celebrated, not just during Black History Month, but every single day?
Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Yes, thank you.
Remember, Witter is here for your busy minds, bringing you deep dives into the stories that matter.
Absolutely.
Until next